Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Brie, like the cheese. Today's video is going to be a continuation of my last video. You don't have to watch it. It's not necessary to the plot, but as you can tell from the title, today's video, I am going to be finishing my Halloween costumes. And so the other video, I basically started collecting all of the pieces and I finished and wore my Lady Gaga costume. And now I have to put together 2 more costumes for next weekend. My plan for right now was that I wanted to start my Penny Lane top. By the way, I totally forgot to mention, because it's all in the other video, I thrifted this outfit in the last video and now I'm working on it. My 2 Halloween costumes is a Penny Lane costume and a Sabrina Carpenter costume. I thrifted this top. I'm pretty sure that the brand is like Walmart. It's really cute and it's very Penny Lane, but it is a large and I am a medium. I think I'm gonna crop it first, and then I bought elastic that I'm going to sew onto it to hopefully get a ruching effect. This next piece, which is this corduroy skirt that I also thrifted, it's just way too long and I think I need to take like 3 or 4 inches off the bottom. I've never altered a corduroy skirt before. I have very minimal sewing knowledge, okay? I have a sewing machine. I've used it 2 or 3 times on my own. I am very much a beginner at all of this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really just gonna wing it. I've been wanting to get into sewing for a while, and I think that what better time to get into it than Halloween, because everyone's costumes are like DIY, so it doesn't really matter if it's high quality or not. I feel like it's a low stakes project for me to get into. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing for this video. I am going to go take my shower now, and then we will either check back in later tonight or tomorrow morning. I got a package. So first and foremost, it is Sunday night. I know that I said that I was going to finish my Penny Lane costume Friday night. I didn't do that. I didn't even start it yet. I am really hopeful that I'm going to start it tonight, and I'm going to do it tonight, and I'm going to finish it tonight. I don't think that it's hard to do. It's currently 8:40. I don't know if it's blind optimism or what it is, especially considering that I have very minimal experience with my sewing machine. I think I can finish it by 10 o'clock. And so that's what I'm aiming for. I just got this in the mail, and this package should have the final materials that I am going to need for my Sabrina Carpenter costume. What is this, you may ask? Oh, just you wait until we find out what this is. This, my friends, is 100 yards of sequin. And I did the math on this, and I think that the math was that if I do 3 feet strands, I'll get 300 rows, and that's very simple math. But the complicated math is that if I do maybe 2.5 feet, then I am going to have 500. Don't ask me to do math. I don't want to do math. I don't know why you guys even thought that I would do that, but here's 100 yards of sequin on a spool, and I am going to tell you all about that later. I don't want to tell anyone about it now. Let's figure out this Penny Lane costume. All right, party people, It is Tuesday, and today we are, is it Tuesday or is it Monday? I actually think it's Monday. All right, party people, it is Monday, and we are officially going to get started on these costumes, okay? I've been messing around the last couple of days, but we're getting to business now. I tried to film last night, me setting up my sewing machine and me trying to start. My idea was that the Penny Lane costume was to ease me into the complicatedness that is the Sabrina costume. I'm skipping easy. We're going hard and then we're going easy. I just really want to start working on the Sabrina costume, and also that's the one that needs work done. We're gonna go balls to the wall, and we're going to start with the Penny Lane costume. So I am not exactly sure how I am going to execute this, but for this costume, I bought this shirt. I feel like this is just a classic rhinestone party girl top, very telling of the times. I bought this off of Depop, which, fun little backstory, I had one of these at one point in time. Didn't know where it went. Went to Natalie's, to the Halloween party, told Natalie I bought this shirt because I didn't know where mine went. She said, oh, it's in my closet. And then she asked me if I wanted it back, and I was like, no, this is already on the way. So now me and Natalie have matching shirts. I did buy it knowing that the strap was broken. The seller told me that the strap was broken. This is what we're working with. It is literally hanging on by a thread. So I'm gonna have to get my pliers out and figure out how to do that. All of these little crystals are chain linked together. Bought it for $5 off of Depop plus shipping. I think it was like $7 total. My vision is to be wearing it. This will be a little bit lower, obviously. Have these little sequin things. Why am I doing this the way that I'm doing it? I'm unraveling this for the first time, and I'm seeing how the sequins are, and they're all together on like a little string. I don't know why I thought they would be like on a band. So now I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. First things first is that I need to fix the strap so that I can try the shirt on without fear of breaking it. So let's get into that. Okay, that was actually so much easier than I anticipated it being. I don't know if you guys can like really see the nitty gritty details. These are like little, okay, a bit, I don't know how to describe this, so maybe I'll insert a video, but these things have like these backs that are just so easy to like pull apart and push together that I didn't even need my pliers. And the entire time that I was doing it, I was just like, I can't believe that some people just aren't crafty. Like, I don't know what the girl on Depop story was for giving this away, unless like she really didn't want it, because sometimes I have stuff that breaks and I'm like, well, I don't even really want this anyway. But I just can't imagine not being crafty and trying to fix that. Like that took me one whole Tara Yummy video, which was 15 minutes. So that's done. I don't think anything else is broken. So let's try it on. Now that I have this on and I can see how much coverage I actually have, I thought that it would cover too much. And like in Sabrina's, hers comes up to here. So it is technically covering too much, but I think that it'll look fine if I start from down here. So I guess we just have to measure. I'm gonna put on the shorts that go with the costume. Hold on. We'll just eyeball this first and then we'll measure it. Okay, it's a little bit longer than a foot. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna do 20 inches for each strand of sequins. That's all I have for you. So let's just get started. I don't want to talk anymore. I think I want to be annoying, and I think that I want to hand sew this to this. Here's the issue with that. Don't know how to hand sew. The other issue we have, I don't know how else I'm gonna get this attached to this. Did I mention that I also don't have a sewing kit? This might be a tomorrow project. Give me some time to think about this. Let me cook for a second, guys. Well, maybe... I don't even want to pick this up and look at the first one. I just want to trust that this is right. Wait, that kind of eats. Wait. So that... I just want to trust that this is right. That just fell off. Okay, so clearly that didn't work. So the first time I did this, I didn't snip the thread from the like reel that it comes on, and that was the mistake that I had to go back and fix. This time I went in, I doubled the amount of thread that I had, I snipped it, and then we got back on track and everything was working. Okay, I think I successfully sewed this on for real this time. What we're going to do is we're going to cut out a bunch of these really quick and then sew into each one You guys will see. I'm gonna speed through this. I'm not really good at explaining because I, once again, don't know what I'm doing. As you can see, we are now just going in and snipping strands of sequins. And this part was very repetitive. I don't have a lot to say. I do want to address though while we're here, I don't feel like I'm very good at voiceovers, and I'm curious what you guys think about them. I realize that when I am multitasking and I'm working and I'm watching a YouTube video, I like voiceovers better, so I'm trying not to just add music everywhere, but I want to know what everyone else's opinion is. All right, it's been about 2 hours and I'm scared to show you how little I've gotten done. Wait, that's kind of eating. I don't even know how much more I'm gonna like film of me doing this because it's very tedious. For right now, I have to put this aside. Let's count how many rows I have done. I did about 13 rows of sequins. I don't know when I'll update you guys again, but actually I think I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna go to work and then I'm gonna come home and work on this a little bit more tonight. I'll update you with progress in the morning, and that's where we're at. As we approached day 2 of this, I was really getting the hang of it. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it was not as hard as I anticipated. I think that if you know how to tie a knot, then you are set to be able to figure out how to sew. It is so simple, honestly. Here you can start to see the finer details of what I'm doing. I'm using nail glue to keep the sequins from falling off at the ends. And I'm skipping every other row and just tie in knots. Like I said, I don't really know how else to explain this to you, but you can see I'll tie it in one row, loop it through 2 holes, and then on the 3rd row, I'll come back in with my next set of sequins. And that's how I did that. All right, party people. We are on day 3 of making this top. We've got this much left, and it's not as full as I'd like it to look, or at least it didn't look as full as I'd like it to look last time I picked it up. And I'm gonna address the elephant in the room right now. I don't know what's going on with my nose. I don't think I'm sick because I don't feel sick. I think that it's just allergies. My nose won't stop running and I can't stop sneezing. Oh my god, how do I cut this? Guys, I have to sneeze again. It's gonna be crazy. Guys, hot girl down. But I really don't think I'm sick. Okay, I didn't have to sneeze. I took an allergy pill. I took my dog's allergy pills because those are the only ones that are non-drowsy. So now all that there is to do is to just finish my shirt, finish my costumes, and get rid of this runny nose. All right, this is the last snip. I don't know if you can see. Gross. I finally finished this and I don't know that I'm gonna go back in and make it any better because I still have to do sleeves and I still have to do my second costume. Shall we reveal? I know I look crazy. Like I just rolled out of bed and started doing this morning. But regardless, here it is. I wish it was fuller. I'm gonna try it on better, but I don't know what went wrong here. But at some point it obviously started getting too short. Okay, this is where we're at. I'm gonna obviously fix whatever this is, and I think I'm gonna make it fuller. All right, reveal number 2. Last snip, number 2. Like, what happened here? Okay, let's try on the whole fit, and then maybe I'll feel a little bit better. It's like clear as day that this is butchered, but also this looks so good. But I am not satisfied with this at all. Let's go in once again. This is the last and final reveal. This is just gonna have to work whatever it is. And that's how you do that. So I am now finished with this for the most part. If I have time, I will do the arm sleeves, TBD. I'd like to for the authenticity of it, but I also just don't want to do this anymore. I also don't know what I will sew that to. We'll circle back once I feel better and I come down from all of the crafting that I just did. All right, it's been about 3 hours since I finished all of this, and I just looked at my reference photo and I'm not feeling satisfied. And I don't think that I'm going to feel satisfied until I turn these straps into armbands. So okay, that's an easy fix, thank God. I don't know, guys, that kind of felt like a sign. Okay, so the reason that I even just put this on, I wanted to test how well it held without the straps, with just the back clasp. And as you just saw live, does not hold that well. That snapped right off my back. And thankfully, that's an easy fix. So that did feel like a bit of a sign that I need to put this down. And I need to not touch the straps. Regardless though, I'm not going to feel satisfied until I get my little arm tassels. I guess just take strands of this maybe? I'm like nervous that I'm going to run out of sequins. And also these are going to cut into my skin. Girl, I don't know. Girl, I have no idea. But girl, are we gonna figure it out? Is this stretchy? No. So I'd like to put this on something that is stretchy material. Maybe I should just move on to the Penny Lane costume right now. Let's whip out my sewing machine and let's figure out how to sew elastic. Now, clearly I'm no professional and you guys can tell, but I am still going to explain what I'm doing. So I put the skirt on, measured 5 inches, took it off, marked the 5 inches on the skirt with chalk, and then cut that off, and then left another inch for my seam allowance. Then I went in with the elastic, and I don't remember the inches on that. I just wrapped it around my body where it was going to sit and cut it out accordingly. I cut it into one piece and then realized that I needed to cut it into 2 pieces and measure each end to the left and right seam. But like I said, I don't remember the exact measurements, but let's say that it was 10 inches wide, the entire shirt. My elastic was probably about 5 inches, and it's important to keep it smaller when working with elastic and ruching because that's how you get that effect. So now I'm going in and I'm holding the shirt with my mouth and my sewing machine, and I was just pinning it so it would make it easier to pull. You need to make sure that you are pulling from the back and so that it gets cinched up. I really don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm sure you know by now that I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. And now I'm really just trying to get through the end of this. Oh, here we go. Now I'm surprised that it actually worked. Very impressed. Wow. Good work, team. Deep breaths. We did it. This voiceover stuff is so much harder than I ever imagined, and I already imagined it to be hard. I have so much respect for anyone who can do it. Hopefully I get better at it, but this is my first time even trying it, so thank you all for bearing with me. All right, I just finished the shirt. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm glad that I used this Goodwill shirt as a tester for this project. I am now thinking about what I'm gonna do for my sleeves to my Sabrina dress. And while I was doing this, I was thinking that the best and most efficient thing that I can do is just use the elastic that I already have and glue the sequins on. I have like E6600, whatever it is. So I'm gonna make some armbands really quick, and then we're gonna move on to the skirt, because once I move on to the skirt, I'm going to have to change the thread on my machine because it's white thread right now and the skirt's brown. I also don't know if I have black or brown or darker thread. I might just have the white, and if that's the case, the skirt is fine, just cut. The skirt is fine, just cut, and that's how that's gonna be. So let's move on to the armbands. All right, rock stars, it is now well past Halloween. It's November, and I don't know what happened to the end of that video. I really thought that I filmed me finishing everything. Specifically, I thought that I filmed me altering my skirt. Didn't do that. Don't know what happened there. I don't know anything about it. So I wanted to come back now because I need to do an outro to this video. I will insert photos from the weekend when the outfits were in their prime, but I'm also gonna go ahead and try them on right now and talk a little bit about them. By the way, I am still a little bit stuffy. We have come to the conclusion that it is just allergies. I was not sick. I just woke up. I'm gonna have to take another allergy pill. Anyways, let's get into the big grand reveal. So those videos that you just saw, they were all accidentally shot in slow-mo, which means that we lost all constructive criticism that I had about the outfit. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it now. I feel like it's very obvious which one was my favorite. I really liked the Penny Lane outfit over the Sabrina outfit. And here's why. That is an outfit that I would wear on an everyday occasion. And so going out in that outfit was very comfortable. I felt very much like myself. Most of the pieces I have already had in my wardrobe. So I was comfortable to the max in that outfit. And I also liked that outfit more because I felt like more people knew who I was. Whereas with the Sabrina costume, people were like, oh, you're like Taylor Swift. Someone was like, oh, you look like J-Lo. Like, people knew that I was a pop star, but they didn't know who I was. Whereas if people knew the Penny Lane costume, they knew that I was Penny Lane, and there was no doubt in anyone's mind who I was. I wore the Penny Lane costume on Friday, and then I wore the Sabrina costume on Saturday. When it came to that costume, everything that could have went wrong went wrong. The first issue that we had was 30 minutes before we left is when I decided to put in my hair extensions. And I do not wear hair extensions normally. This was my first time wearing them. I went to put them in my hair and I was like, wow, these look great. And then I went into the bathroom and I realized that my hair and the hair color of the extensions, completely different colors. Ruined my entire night, even though it was just the specific lighting of Aiden's bathroom that made them look bad. I was still self-conscious about it all night. And then I was self-conscious because they're very heavy on your head and I was just fiddling with them all night. And so I was not feeling supersonic about that. And that was before we even left. Then we left the house and the entire back of the shirt ripped in a way that was not fixable because I did bring pliers in case it did break. I couldn't manage to put it all back together, so I had to walk around all night with my back just open, which was fine. The shirt stayed on and we didn't have issues as bad as we could have, but it was still just annoying. Like, now my hair is bad, my shirt is broken, and then on top of that, I made the armbands, like I said, by gluing them onto a lasket, fell off all night, and you could just see remnants of my costume all over the floor of this house party that we were at. And I felt a little bit bad for the host, but they were very cool. I'm sure they didn't care. But overall, it was just a nightmare of a costume. So in conclusion, what I'm taking away from this is I think we need to start going out in comfortable clothes. And I think that we don't need to put so much time and effort into making an elaborate costume that we're only going to wear once. I'm satisfied with the results of the shirt, and I'm satisfied with the journey we went on, and I'm happy that I got to learn to hand sew and that I got to feel proud and accomplished. That being said, probably gonna rip all of those sequins off and rework the shirt in its normal form and never wear it like that again. Like, I even considered refilming a try on where I was talking about the outfit as I was wearing it, you could not pay me to put that back on. I'm not doing it. I'm never doing that again. That was unnecessary. It was cute and it was fun and I got the pictures, and now that's gonna sit in my closet and take up space, and I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna get mad. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye guys.